Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and wanted to talk to you for a little while here. I haven't had a chance to speak lately, had some stuff going on. But I wanted to talk about a remarkable discovery I made within my own library. It's interesting that when you create a library and you start having thousands of books, which I did have years ago. I don't now. I cut my library down drastically. But at the time, I had about 4,000 books in my library. And so it was a pretty extensive library covering all different subjects. These books I've shared with lots of people. And now I have a small nucleus of what was my library. And in my library, I'm always making new discoveries, finding things, and learning things that I didn't know before. I'm going to reach over here in my secretary desk here. Try to do it. There we go. Another one. This wonderful set of books, which I have in the past shared with you. And it's a book written by John Quincy Adams. Rhetoric and Oratory. It's for his class that he taught it at Harvard University. And these books, which were not that widely spread, but you'll find them today in lots of universities and in very important libraries dealing with politics, thought, ideas. I always wanted a set. I finally did. I finally found them. It's strange where I found these books on eBay. I wasn't looking for anything special on eBay. I happened to go on, and by golly, there were the books, and I bid on them. I didn't think I'd get them, but nobody else bid on them, which surprised me, since I saw the price of these books in other bookstores and shops. And so that was 15 years ago I got these, and they have been in my library, and they've been in my secretary desk, actually, because this is an important set of books, of the lectures of John Quincy Adams, of course, our sixth president and son of our second. Inside, there was some writings. I couldn't make it out, nor did I really try. I figured it was something someone wrote as a congratulatory thing. It didn't make any sense. Just the other day, I was looking at these books. And what I saw was something that I had never seen before or figured out before. Written there was William Smith. He said William Smith's. He was giving a gift to James H. Maury, I believe is the name. But who was William Smith? That was John Quincy Adams' brother-in-law. He married John Quincy Adams' sister, Abby, or Nabby as they called her, Abigail. And so William Smith married Abigail Adams, and she became Abigail Adams Smith. And of course they lived in the old house in Quincy for a number of years, and of course would live there again in the 1810, 1811, 1812, on and off, as she was ill and dying, and she eventually succumbed to breast cancer in 1813. In that time, John Adams had rekindled his relationship with Thomas Jefferson. And what did he send to him? Homespun. He sent a set of these books. There were several sets of these books in the old house. And while John Adams' son-in-law was there, he got a set. And so, years later, before his death in 1816, I figure he got these books somewhere around between 1811 and 1812. He gave these books to somebody else. So they're in his possession for a while. But these books, most probably, as far as I can tell, everything I've checked, were in the old house. John Adams had them. And they went to William Smith. William Smith gave them to somebody else, and they worked their way finally to me 15 years ago. And I have taken very good care of them, nurtured them, and they've nurtured me. And just the other day, I understood how special they were. It's interesting when something like this happens, something you've looked at your whole life. For 15 years I've had these books, and I never, ever got it. And then just by chance I looked at it maybe in a slightly different way, and I caught William Smith. You know, William Smith's a fascinating character. He was a Revolutionary War soldier. He was quite a well-to-do Revolutionary War soldier. Fought in all the battles under Washington. Became a member of the staff of Lafayette. Eventually became part of the staff of George Washington. Afterwards, he was the secretary to John Adams in London, as he was basically working as an ambassador there. And he was his secretary, and he was going back and forth to France, meeting with Thomas Jefferson, sending articles and letters and information. Met with Benjamin Franklin. He knew Alexander Hamilton. Knew James Monroe. He knew Aaron Burr. He knew James Madison, James Monroe. Countless other people. He used to dine with Washington once a week, once Washington became president. He and his wife. And he became the first marshal of New York City. He was one of the founders of the Cincinnatus group. And, of course, he eventually would work his way to becoming a congressman, a Federalist, and he would die in 1816, a couple of years after his wife. So it was kind of an interesting thing to find him here, to find his book signed by him, and looking and wondering what it was like, what voices these books heard. Maybe they heard John Adams or Abigail Adams or Nabby, or of course I'm sure it heard William Smith. It's amazing when you find things like this. It kind of answers a lot of questions, and stories start to fall together. Once you have certain components of a story, the rest of things start to fall into the places that you're not totally sure of. So that's all I wanted to talk about and say. So, outside of that, that's it. So, talk to you all soon.